Anonymity, confidentiality, and privacy are three terms frequently used and misunderstood in human subjects research. We address these items in our letters of information and informed consent. Confidentiality means researchers must take reasonable precautions to protect confidential information obtained through or stored in any medium. The expectation is that the information or data will not be divulged without permission to others in ways inconsistent with the understanding of the original disclosure. Anything signed or noted on by the participants must be kept locked and secured. This often means retained files are kept in a locked file cabinet or a password-protected file on a separate drive for up to 3 years after the study is concluded. Confidentiality is an agreement between parties made via the consent process. Researchers must keep subjects' contributions to the research confidential unless subjects have agreed otherwise, preferably in writing. Researchers, however, cannot guarantee absolute, complete confidentiality and must inform subjects of this. For example, in the case of a complaint, the IRB may have to review data. Further, researchers have to comply with the applicable mandatory reporting laws, court orders, and other legal actions. Finally, transmission of data via the internet, such as surveys conducted via Qualtrics or email, interviews conducted via Skype, presents a low risk of a breach of confidentiality. This may be minimized by encrypting transmission of data. Privacy is explained as an individual's control over the extent, timing, and circumstances of sharing him or herself, physically, behaviorally, or intellectually with others. Researchers must protect subjects' privacy. Researchers must safeguard subjects' privacy during recruitment for the study and during data collection. In research, we often collect detailed information about people. It's not uncommon to ask questions about people's education, ethnicity, annual income, and sexuality. It's not uncommon to ask questions of more embarrassing subjects. A person who took part in these studies would not like to have that information be public if it means that others will be able to see how they answered. Data must be stored securely and in a form that prevents, where possible, the identification of individuals. Privacy pertains to people, whereas confidentiality pertains to data. So privacy is a right that can be violated, whereas confidentiality is an agreement that can be broken. Anonymity is similar to privacy and is defined as the protection of an individual subject's identity. No identifiers such as name, address, telephone number, or email are collected that link information, records, or samples to the individual from whom they were obtained. Data collected in person via interviews, focus groups, video recordings cannot be described as anonymous, and the existence of a list of codes and associated identifiers like names means that data are not anonymous. Further, if a combination of variables collected are likely to identify unique individuals, such as a 52-year-old female Asian senior at Utah State University, particularly in small bounded samples, that data should not be described as anonymous. If data are not anonymous, participation in the research may present risk if there is a breach of confidentiality and identifiable information is released without subjects' permission.
Created using Powtoon.